What's up, guys? We're here with Monday Night NFL Football action for Week 16. We're going to take a deep dive on the 49ers versus Colts. I'll give out my favorite bets against the spread and over-under, and we're going to look at a bunch of NFL player props, so buckle up. We have a great video for you today. Slam that like button and subscribe to the channel to make sure you keep seeing these videos every single day, and let us know your thing in the comments. I personally read and answer every comment I get. Check the pinned comment throughout the day to see our favorite picks, and you should definitely check back a couple of times throughout the day to see if there are any changes with injury news coming out and player availability being confirmed. No recap here, guys. We are covering these a little bit in advance because we're going to be doing some traveling for the holidays. Going to be away from the setup, so still want to bring you the highest quality videos we can, and doing that when you're on the road can be pretty tough. So we're going to go ahead and get after it. Make sure you're clicking that like button. Make sure you let me know down in the comments any questions you have. I'll be answering comments all the time still. I'll just be on my phone primarily, or occasionally on the laptop, and not here on my main setup like I am every day. Also, make sure you're clicking the link in the description. Get over to stumpthespread.com. Check out all the premium picks. Tons and tons of premium action going on over the course of this weekend and over the course of the whole holiday season here. It's a great time to get on board, so definitely make sure you're getting in on that and get on the free stuff over there. The free picks tab over there always has something going on under it, and get on that free email list too. It's a great resource every single day. So let's go ahead and dive in and look at this Monday Night Football game. It's a kind of interesting one. We've got the San Francisco 49ers going on the road in this one to take on the Indianapolis Colts. The 49ers come into this game just trying to kind of keep pace out there in the NFC West. What a crazy situation out there. Seattle, the Rams, and the 49ers all so freaking good. Now, the 49ers, they've battled through a ton of injuries this season, but they've gotten things turned back around. They've also played a pretty tough schedule, but not so much lately. They've won their last 4 in a row, taking down the Cardinals, Panthers, Browns, and Titans. All very comfortably, honestly. Like this, they have not really been too threatened, and as they've gotten healthy, all of a sudden, shock of the year, this team is showing that they are very good. So we'll see if they can stay healthy through their last 3 games of the season. They've got a big game against the Seahawks looming there as their last game of the year, so we'll see how things go. This matchup against the Colts, if you'd asked several weeks ago how tough this game was going to be, I'm sure they'd said it'd be one of their tougher ones on the schedule. Things can change pretty rapidly in the NFL, though. Now, their last game was a 37-24 win over the Titans. They definitely let that game get a little bit closer than I would have ever expected it to be, but they do eventually end up winning by 13. A very good day from Brock Purdy. 23 completions, 23 of 30, not a bad day. 3 touchdown passes, no interceptions. He was sacked twice, but also ran the ball 7 times for 44 yards, and I mean, he was getting after it. It was crazy. He was ball faking at people and all kinds of stuff. It was nuts. Not a side of Brock Purdy that we've seen too much. So massive game from him. Christian McCaffrey also doing his thing. 22 carries, only 73 yards, but did come up with a rushing touchdown. Not as active as we've been used to seeing him there in the receiving game, but Ricky Pearsall was out there. He will not be out there for this game. He had a big day, but Kittle's putting up great numbers recently. We'll see if the offense can just continue killing it like they have been. It's been pretty impressive, not going to lie. It's been really impressive from the 49ers, how they've been able to get healthy all of a sudden and then immediately just look awesome. Now, defensively, they gave 24 points against the Titans. That's not a great look. They gave up 2 passing touchdowns and 170 yards to Cam Ward. That is not exactly a monster-level performance there. Not loving that. They gave up a lot in the running game, too, so that is a concern here going up against a Colts team that is able to run the ball. Will the 49ers stack the box or try and do something like that to slow down the running attack? I would say it's definitely possible. I mean, if you're trying to make 10,000-year-old Phillip Rivers beat you, that would make a lot of sense to me, as opposed to letting one of the best backs in the NFL trying to beat you. So we'll see what they do there. It was not a banner day from them defensively. They also came up with 0 takeaways and 0 sacks, something I'm sure they'll be trying to change here going up against Phillip Rivers and the Indianapolis Colts. Now, the injury report for the 49ers has obviously been their Achilles heel the vast majority of the season, and they're still somehow always not quite out of the woods. We do see Ricky Pearsall. He has just a few minutes ago been officially ruled out for this game, so he will not be playing. That's going to leave Juwan Jennings as the main wide receiver 1. George Kittle, I do expect to get a lot of attention in this game as well. We do see Spencer Buford there questionable at left guard. We'll see if he's able to go in this game. Sounds like that ankle issue did keep him out of practice there on Thursday, but still a long way till Monday, so there's a shot that he could end up playing in this game. Defensively, definitely some question marks. Not a ton, but we do see Green is going to be out, so they will be missing a cornerback in this game. Now, there are other times where this could be a bigger deal. I would say if you're going to be missing members of the secondary, missing them against the Indianapolis Colts, who are starting a guy who's 1 week away from, just being on the couch, makes a lot of sense to me. Other than that, they are relatively healthy on defense. Not that this defense has been incredible this year. We've seen some incredible 49ers defenses, and I guess 11th in the NFL, giving up 20 points per game is pretty good, but let's keep in mind they played a very weak schedule here recently. I mean, against a team like the Rams, they gave up 42 points. They gave up, I mean, I guess they haven't had a lot of terrible other games. They gave up 26 against the Texans, so definitely not a defense that I think could be a little bit overvalued in some spots, but I think they're in a pretty decent spot in this game as they go on the road to take on the Indianapolis Colts, who are all the way down to 8-6 on the season. They're in third place out there in the AFC South. The fall off of this team has been pretty freaking brutal, guys. Injuries can do that too. Also, just they stopped looking so good after that, kind of dominant start to their season. They also didn't have the toughest schedule, so a lot of things combined. All of a sudden, they're on a 4-game losing streak, losing against the Chiefs, Texans, Jaguars, and Seahawks. Those aren't exactly bad teams, don't get me wrong. Those are good teams. They put up a hell of a fight last week against Seattle, a game they could have potentially won. Phillip Rivers, man, a legend, apparently, a real legend. 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 120 yards after coming out of retirement. Pretty nuts, pretty freaking nuts. Able to go out there and kind of function like a real NFL quarterback. He was sacked once. Just not a banner day. Also, does not really appear that he has the zip on his passes. Like, he's not going to be getting it down the field. There are not going to be a ton of crazy long passes here coming from the Indianapolis Colts, at least in terms of, through the air. Maybe, you could do a long catch and run situation, but that's not even looking that likely here with the wide receiver group that this team has around Rivers either. Now, the running attack is where Indianapolis is going to want to make the most progress here. Jonathan Taylor had 25 carries for 87 yards last week. That's not great by his standards. Obviously, it's not terrible. They did a good job taking care of the ball, except for that one Phillip Rivers interception, but Taylor just has to find a way to get loose for some crazy long runs for this offense to have much of a chance of functioning in a really good, in a really productive way, because, I mean, maybe you have a functional game manager out there, but you don't have somebody that can push the ball down the field. It just doesn't feel like that's part of Phillip Rivers' journey anymore. Now, the defense coming off an excellent day, although Sam Darnold did pass for 271 yards against them. They gave up 0 passing touchdowns and 0 rushing touchdowns. It was pretty crazy. An awful lot of field goals getting kicked there by Seattle. They do come with the 18-16 win, so they'll take it, but it was not a great day for the Seahawks offensively. The Colts defense really did play well in that one. Especially against the run, which could be a pretty big deal, although nobody that Seattle's handing the ball to is like handing the ball to Christian McCaffrey. I will say that. So we'll see. There's also no Jackson Smith-Njigba on this 49ers team, but they've got some other pretty good pass-catching options. So the Colts defense could be in for a bit of a test. Their season-long numbers are reasonable, 12th in the NFL, giving up 21.6 points per game. So all that looks, acceptable, and this team has to be a little bit in desperation mode. So we'll see what they can come up with in this one. The injury report looks okay. They could be missing their starting left tackle. That remains a little bit up in the air, but he is officially questionable. On defense, they will still be missing Sauce Gardner, which is kind of wild. They really went all in to get this guy. He's already been officially ruled out for this game, though. So they're not going to be at full strength on offense, probably, or at least, I don't really feel like you can count yourself as being at full strength if you have Phillip Rivers starting a game for you. I'm just saying, not trying to be a jerk, but this dude is pretty old and starting an NFL game. The defense will not be at full strength. No Sauce Gardner is a pretty big deal. So, looking at the numbers for this game, the Colts are getting 5.5 points here at home. We've got a total of 46.5 in this game. The 49ers are 8-5-1 against the spread overall this season. They are 6-2 against the spread playing on the road this year, which is very respectable. They are 8-5-1 to the over, and they are 5-2-1 to the over playing away from home. The Colts, they are 7-5-2 against the spread this year. They are 4-2 against the spread at home. They're a 500 over-under team overall and a 500 over-under team at home. In terms of the total in this game, guys, I do think it's a reasonable spot to take the under. I don't think we're going to see a crazy amount of offense from the Colts. I think we're going to see a lot of running the ball from both teams. That shortens the game a little bit. I don't think we're going to see a crazy high total here, despite the fact this game's being played indoors. So definitely lean a bit here towards the under, a play that could end up in the pinned comment because we're only going to be breaking down one game today. In terms of our against the spread spot, I'm taking the 49ers here in a blowout. I don't think even playing at home, Rivers and company, not going to get that much done in this one. I know they had some early success in a close game last week, and coming off the couch, I'm impressed. But the defense is going to have a field day against him. The 49ers offense is going to put up a ton of points. I really just think this is going to be a pretty dominant performance there from the 49ers. They've been taking advantage of some bad teams lately. I think they're going to continue to do that here against the Colts team that is just too banged up. They're not anything like the team we were seeing early in this season. I think they'll be able to stack the box and make Jonathan Taylor try and beat them against a very, very crowded picture when he goes to run the ball. So definitely give me the 49ers here at -5.5. And guys, before we dive in and look at a bunch of player props for this game, we got to shout out the sponsor today in every day's video, and that is stumpthespread.com. Click the link in the description to go over there and check out our top confidence picks from a big team, a pretty big team, guys, of experienced cappers. We've got guys covering all the major sports. Premium members over there at stumpthespread.com are getting daily NBA, NHL, UFC, NFL, college football, and college basketball picks. College basketball running very, very hot now through Saturday, so we'll see if that run can continue, but it's looking very, very good over there. NHL's been doing its thing all season long. College football, like the bowl season, is upon us. Tons of premium action in there, so it's a fantastic time to get in on everything over there at stumpthespread.com. NBA picks every single day. It's just a great, great resource for any serious sports bettor. You definitely want to be taking advantage of those premium picks. A ton of information, a ton of data points, a ton of work goes into those plays every single day. So make sure you're checking on those. Get in on the action as a premium member if you're interested. Also, go over to stumpthespread.com and check out the free stuff, guys. We've got our free to use bet size calculator, but more important than that, probably, we've got free picks every single day under the free picks tab. We also have our free email newsletter, and that is a great resource, guys. Definitely want to get on that email list. It's really easy to sign up. You just go to stumpthespread.com, set up a free account. They're just going to ask you for your name and your email address. That's it. You'll get one email straight to your inbox every single day. That email is going to have at least one, oftentimes 2 or 3 free picks in it. Parlays will be included in those emails as well. Information on niche sports betting like golf, NASCAR, tennis, WNBA, UFC, all that kind of stuff can also be included in those emails, and tons of NFL touchdown and player props, especially on the weekends. That's a big, big deal, guys. Cashed a ton of them in week 15. Hopefully we're coming off a big Sunday of those in week 16 as well. But those have been a really, really great resource for all of our free members, or just anybody that's gotten on that gotten on that email list. It's really, really been great for them. So definitely want to make sure that you are checking that out. Also, if you're a huge fan of what you're seeing from us here every single day, click that little join button right below the video to sign up for a YouTube channel membership. YouTube channel members get early access to all of our videos. They get their name up on screen in every single video, but more importantly, they get access to our members only giveaways. We're actually going to delay our members only giveaway this week. It's not going to be on Monday. We're actually going to do it on Friday the 26th or Saturday the 27th. But to make it up to you guys, I'm going to be delaying it because we're going to be on the road. We're not going to do one giveaway. We're not going to do 2 giveaways. We're going to do 3 giveaways. We're going to give away 3 Stump the Spread hoodies. A little Christmas present from me to you guys. We're going to give away 3 Stump the Spread hoodies. I'm also going to ask about the potential of giving away some premium memberships over there to stumpthespread.com. So we might be able to do that as well, but 100% going to be giving away 3 Stump the Spread hoodies there on one of those videos very, very soon. I'll be letting you guys know about that on the video that I put out when I get back home. So definitely keep an eye out for that and become a YouTube channel member if you're interested. It is good for an entire month, just signing up one time. So you will be in on that giveaway when we do it here, in a few days time. But let's go ahead and dive back in now. Going to cover a bunch of NFL player props for this game. And first up, I think it's a pretty reasonable spot to back Alec Pierce over 19.5 receiving yards at -106. He's been over this number in 9 of his last 10 games, and even though he only got 1 reception last week with Phillip Rivers under center, I think we're going to see a little bit better of a time for him here. That 1 catch netted him 16 yards. It should only take him a couple catches at most to get over this 19.5 yards, and at -106, it's a very reasonable price, so I definitely think this is a spot we should be very, very interested in. Also, a player that I'm extremely interested in this matchup is Christian McCaffrey. What's he going to do in this one, guys? Well, I think he's going to be very productive, especially in the passing game. The Colts are not very good against the pass here. That's why I'm going to take McCaffrey over 38.5 receiving yards at -114. He's been super active in the receiving game all season long, going against the Colts that are terrible against running backs that are catching passes. McCaffrey may be mountaintop guy in terms of pass-catching running backs this year. I definitely think he's in great shape to have a big day catching the ball. And if you don't want to take him over on receiving yards, maybe consider taking him over on receptions. I'll also take him over 4.5 receptions. He has been trending away from catching a ton of passes, but if since Pearsall is officially sitting out this game, they're going to have to throw the ball somewhere, and even at this price, I think it's very decent value to take his receptions over. On the Colts side, I'll take Jonathan Taylor under 99.5 rushing yards at -115. It feels a little bit wild to be fading this guy who's been incredible this season, but the 49ers, they're going to stack the box here and make the Colts throw it. And I'll be very shocked if we see Phillip Rivers able to pull guys out of the box and open things back up for Jonathan Taylor. Maybe that could happen. It's not beyond the realm of possibility, but I just don't see him having a monster day getting over 100 yards here against a 49ers team that really knows all they have to stop is Jonathan Taylor, and they're going to win this game. I also don't think we're going to see Jonathan Taylor get very involved in the passing game here. I'll take him under 20.5 receiving yards here at -112. he just hasn't been super active in the receiving game this season in general. He did have 3 catches last week against Seattle, but he only had 14 yards from those catches. I'm not expecting miracles from Phillip Rivers in this spot. I realize throwing the ball to the running back isn't usually the hardest thing in the world to do, but I just would be very, very surprised to see Jonathan Taylor suddenly have some outlier game catching passes. That just has not been his MO at all this season. Back on the 49ers side, I'll take George Kittle over 66.5 receiving yards here at minus 111. He's been killing it down the stretch this season, has been over this number in 5 straight games. The Colts defense is not good against tight ends, so that helps. And if the wide receiver room, well, the wide receiver room is clearly not going to be at 100% here, so even more targets, even more receptions, even more pass catching opportunities will be opening up for Kittle. So I fully expect him to keep this run going. I would not be shocked to see him around 80 to 100 receiving yards in this game, as opposed to just having to get over this 66.5. Last but not least, guys, I will take Brock Purdy under 33.5 passing attempts at minus 116. He's been under this number in 4 of his last 5 games, with the Colts trying hard to establish the run and also shorten the game to keep themselves in it. I just don't think we see Purdy having to throw it a ton of times for the 49ers to find success here. I think San Francisco also won't be adverse to running the ball. Get McCaffrey a bunch of carries here seems fine. So definitely think Brock Purdy under 33.5 passing attempts is very, very reasonable. They don't really want him to have to throw the ball like 40 times in a game. So if they can avoid it, and I think they will be able to avoid it here against the Colts, I think they're definitely going to make that happen. Guys, that's all the games we have here for today. Hit that like button for good luck on all of your bets. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. I'm more than happy to get back to you. I appreciate everybody watching these videos. Make sure you click the link in the description to get over there to stumpthespread.com and check out everything that's offered over there. We got free picks. We've got information on all kinds of good stuff over there. You can buy a hoodie over there. Also, the premium picks, you definitely want to be taking advantage of those. It's a great time of the year to be in on those premium picks. Also, make sure you're getting on that email list. It's very easy to sign up, and it's great information on a daily basis. Guys, we'll see you right back here for a Christmas Day NBA video very, very soon. And you know where to find us every single day for more sports betting action.